Hi, thanks for joining today's meditation. Today we'll be doing a little bit of a talk type of meditation, just using my free-flowing thoughts to talk about my daughter's second day at preschool. And on her second day of preschool today, she had a little bit of an altercation, it sounds like with another child, 3 years old. So what do you expect? I guess this is what I've been told, that the other child was playing with a toy. My daughter went up and wanted to play with the toy as well. So she grabbed the toy. The other girl pushed her and knocked her down. That's what I heard. So just kind of going by what I was told. And again, the teacher in the classroom picked up my daughter, straightened out her hair clip, and said, "I'm sorry." So that's the story as I've been told. Obviously, all day it's kind of played on me. You hear about your daughter or your child getting pushed or being the pusher, and you may wonder what's going on, where have I gone wrong as a parent, what can I do as a parent, and all these questions start playing on you about the situation. So I try to look at the situation by separating my logic and my emotion and trying to really just focus on what happened. Again, I can only focus on what happened based on what I was told. And I will go and have a conversation with the teacher and just say, hey, this is what I noticed. Can you tell me anything else about it? But that won't happen until 2 days from now. So I guess to look at it logically, without any emotion, these are two children, both girls, and kids are gonna fight. Kids are gonna look to show their dominance over another child. They're gonna bully each other, but they're also gonna play and they're gonna support each other as well. In the big picture, and based on what I know, if one child grabs a toy from another child, the child that was playing with the toy originally should say, hey, I'm playing with this toy. I don't want you to play with it. I don't want to give it to you, and nor do I want to share. I mean, as an adult, that makes sense, but for the child, they're not going to think of that many words. They may not know how to say all those words when something like this is going to occur. And for the other child who is being pushed, they don't understand, in the sense that all they are thinking about is, hey, I want to play with this toy that the other person's playing with. I wonder why this person won't share with me. So they try to play with that toy, and instead of being told no or being invited to come and play, they are being pushed instead. So obviously it's a very different message saying, hey, I don't want you around me, move away, and that's what kind of happens. I've had that been playing ping pong back and forth all day long, and really wondering, how do you as a parent deal with your child being pushed? Again, second day, maybe the kid did it accidentally, who knows? But really it comes down to, how do you let go? How do you teach your own child what to do, what to say when this type of situation happens? Number one, the first thing I had a quick conversation with my daughter and said, hey, you know what, next time someone's playing with something, you ask them, hey, can I play or can I share with you? And that's number one. If that kid says yes, then ask them how, ask them to play or ask them to share. If they say no, say thank you and walk away. If the kid doesn't say anything and happens to push you, you can say, hey, I didn't like that. And, let the other person know that you do not want to be bullied and will not accept that. Even if you grab for something and the person pushes you, the person can say no, the person can walk away with that toy. It's really trying to help these kids understand there's a better way to deal with the situation. And for someone like my daughter, who is quieter, who's probably a little bit more timid, a little bit more shy, but we're working with her every single day to help her grow that confidence within herself. Nothing I can really do other than have that conversation with my daughter and say, hey, next time you do ask people, and you apologize if you've done something wrong, and if the other kid's done something wrong, then that kid should apologize. In the end, only the teacher apologized to my daughter for what had happened, not the kid. And the kid was not made to apologize, from what I understand. Again, do you ask a 3-year-old to apologize to another 3-year-old when one is being pushed? I'm not sure. Again, I wasn't in that situation, nor have I ever been put in that situation, and I'm definitely not the teacher. My inner instinct tells me, yeah, you should get them to apologize and then find a way for those two kids to play together, so they don't have that animosity against each other as they grow older, because eventually all these kids are probably going to be in the same schools and in the same junior highs and high schools, etc., down the road, especially if they live in the same area. And you do not want to create a situation where one child feels inferior or being dominated by another child. Again, these are 3-year-olds, they're impressionable. They are going to take on the personas that they believe that they are to become. And it does take a long time, or it can take a long time, for one to believe that who they believe they are, that is not who they actually are. They are only believing that because that's what the world has taught them to believe about themselves. One day of playing doesn't make or break any child, but these scars do last with children, and can last for a long time. May not last for a lifetime, but they do last, especially when they're all kind of learning about each other and how to play together and how they should be playing together. And of course, they all want to share the same toys each one of them is playing with. So it really comes down to having I can't teach the other child, I can only teach my child. So for me, it really comes down to, having my daughter voice her opinion and saying, hey, don't push me, I don't like it, or you shouldn't do that, that's not right. And again, where she's wrong, I need to obviously voice my opinion to her and say, hey, you're wrong for grabbing somebody else's toy. And those are the things that she also has to learn, that she is wrong as well, if that is actually what is happening. So that's my meditative talk today on day 2 of preschool for my daughter, who was a little bit in a situation of being potentially bullied, or potentially just being pushed by another child. Also maybe being the bully if she's trying to grab a toy out of another child's hand. So it does go both ways, and I'm not trying to emotionally say, oh, my child's the best, the other child's wrong all the time. Absolutely not. My child can be wrong as well, and I have to teach her when she's right and when she's wrong. I have to teach her how to stand up for herself and how to also apologize for mistakes that she has made. So, that's what these meditations are for, to help you realize and not always judge that your ego is right or your child or your family is always right. You have to be able to look at the different perspectives from the different perspectives of other people and then make a decision and find out how to work within that, regardless of what you believe is right or wrong. Because whatever you believe is right or wrong, it's just your ego trying to satisfy how you feel. So thanks again for joining today's meditation. I hope you hit the like button. Leave some comments below. I'd love some parenting tips if that's what is available from you. Share this video with somebody else on a different platform. And again, remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'd love for you to join the different meditations and talks that we go through. Have a great night.